Hello everybody, welcome back to Space Pickle Designs, and today we have an earring blitz using Sam's anniversary box. This is in Northern Lights, and as you saw in the unboxing, it's chock full of amazing beads, and we are going to do 3 earring designs, the ones that you see in front of you. So remember to vote. I always love to see which one wins. I have a winner in my mind, but I want to see what the masses think. So we're going to start with number 1 here, number 2, and number 3. So if you'd like to see how any of these designs are made, then just keep on watching. All right, so for this big old showstopper earring, I'm gonna use one of the, I wouldn't call it a chandelier component, but it's this twisted pendant. Then we have one of the mixed glass, basically diamond beads here. I have a head pin from my stash, an 8mm jump ring from my stash, an ear wire. Well, this is like, not an ear wire, but this type of lever back ear wire here. And then I'm going to use the Preciosa pendant. And I know I'm using both of them on these earrings, but I wear earrings more than I do necklaces. And so I wanted something to really show off how special this box actually was. So let's go ahead and get started. I am going to start with my dangly component here, and I am putting, this is a two-tone glass, and I am making sure to put the darker purple down towards the bottom just to mirror what I did on this earring. And so here is what it's going to look like at the end. And so I'm just going to do a simple loop, and a simple loop is pretty required here because we need that space to be kind of closed. So I'm making a big loop. I am going to open up the loop and then hook this on this bottom rung. See, like it's going to be on this. And because we had to make the loop so big, this is probably a 6mm loop. It'll now hang freely and dangle freely in the middle part, the middle section there. What we do now is simply just add the 8mm jump ring. Add our component, close our jump ring, just want to make sure we're nice and closed. And then what I like to do is just kind of move that seam into the pendant. It won't stay, but it gives it a good start. And then we have our lever back, and the reason I use this type of ear wire is because of how crazy long this is. It will be flopping around quite a lot, and so having that extra security of the lever back is definitely going to help. So here are our crazy beautiful Northern Lights earrings with lots of dangles, lots of movement, lots of length. And I have no complaints. I'm not gonna lie to you. I can't wait to wear these. All right, so you guys know I love to do a simple stacker earring for these blitz, but I really love this one so much. And so this one's just a little bit elevated from a simple stacker. As you can see, we're using soft flex here, and we're using a soft flex head pin, and I'll show you how to do that. I have about a 2.5-inch piece of soft flex here. I have a little scrap piece of the same soft flex. This is in black onyx as a dummy wire. I have 2 crimp tubes, and then the beads from the box I used are this check glass moon and stars bead and one of the rice beads. And then from my stash, I pulled one of the 6mm crystal rondelles. This is just plain crystal, a little spacer, probably a 5mm size if I had to guess, probably close to 6, and then a 6mm bicone, and this is just one of my random silver crystal ones. So it should work perfectly. So the first thing we're going to do is make the soft flex head pin. And so what we do is we take the longer piece of soft flex wire, feed on a crimp tube, and then put the dummy wire in. So you have 2 wires going through the crimp tube. So I take my crimping pliers, position the crimp bead at the end of that longer wire, and then I start crimping. Fell out of the channel there. Start crimping. Here we go. Until we have our little crimp bead. All right, so this is what you should have. So we have our tail, and this is just part of that dummy wire. It's actually so small now, I will throw it out. And I'm gonna trim this just a little bit, but I'm gonna keep some of it on there. And we're gonna see if this can go into our check glass bead. So with these check glass beads, make sure you are feeding them on the same way. So I'm going to feed on the star towards the bottom. And then if I can, hopefully I can fit these 2 pieces of wire into that bead. So the other bead, I was able to do that. This one I can't, so I'm just gonna trim it off at the bottom. Totally fine. And now we have our head pin. So the way I stack this is our 6mm spacer. We have our 6mm bicone, which is so pretty. Our crystal rondelle, and it just sits in that channel really, really nicely. And then we have our rice bead. Now what I do is feed on another crimp tube. And because I can't put this wire down through that rice bead, we're just gonna have to kind of pull it off to the side, like this. Use your tools if you have to. And now, since I've already done the loop for this side, I just want to make sure that the size matches. So we're almost there. Just making sure that size matches. Really nice. And I wanted to have that exaggerated loop on there. So I'm just going to crimp as we would normally. Cut the tail off. And now we have our earring. So I put this on an ear wire. Knock that back. And now we have our stunning pair of crystal moon and star earrings, simple stackers. What do you think about these? The next earring is this little beauty. I just love how this turned out, so let's see if I can replicate it. Who knows, right? So this is just a bunch of those amethysts and one of those like really cool check glass beads at the bottom, just using a little bit of wire work. So our supplies are going to be 6 inches of 20 gauge German style wire for the base. I have 9 inches of 24 gauge craft wire from Softflex. I have 1 head pin, one of those really cool check beads in the lighter color in the mix. I have 5 of the star cut amethyst beads. I have this is an earring back, one of those silicone earring backs, and you'll see why we're using it in a second. And I have a lever back ear wire, just because these are long. So what I want to do first is start off with making part of the shape. So to make it easier on us, we are going to start our wire wraps first. And so I'm just going to start about 1 inch away from our little piece here, and I'm going to do 1. So we want to make sure that our loops are together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I think as long as we see 5 rings here, and I went over 4 times, but I see that there are 5 loops here because of this front piece. So I just want to make sure that there's 5 that we can see from the front here. So 5 loops. From there, we add on our amethyst to our 20 gauge wire. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then what I like to do is put this little earring stopper on there, because we are just gonna wrap these beads, but they go flying everywhere if you don't have something to stop them. So I put it kind of snug. And then I just work with the wire a little bit. And so I just go around the beads. And it's just very organic, very like not precise. We're just going around them once each. And I get to the bottom here. I take my little stopper off. It's done its job. And as you can see, this piece still moves, which is nice. And so we're just gonna do 5 wraps, 2, 3, 4, 5. And at this point, you can trim your ends. So what I look at is, when I'm looking at this piece, I want them to both be cut towards the same side. So I'm just gonna move them towards the back. So now we have our tails towards the same side. And I'm going to cut. Move our scrap over to the side. Now pull this down just a little bit. I want at least an inch to work with at the end. And so now we have a decision to make. This is on this side. If you want to make the same way, you could do it that way, but what I want is to do it in the mirror. So I want to make sure that my loop is going this way. Actually, it's going to be the opposite way. It's going to be this way and around. So what I do is I take my mandrel and I took it on the biggest, or the second smallest setting. So I'm holding it right at the base. I'm going to flip this around, go towards the back. So here's our loop that we have. And as you can see on the other one, the wire wrap is still a little bit toward, like it's not like the loop is solo. The wraps actually go into the loop a little bit, which I liked. And then with this, you just worm this wire up with your fingers. You make a little bit of curve on this one. We just mirror the shape, and you can actually put them back to back a little bit. So this one needs to curve a little bit more. And then this one's curving. And as long as we kind of make the same shape, we need more wire on this side, a little more on this side, make it a little wider. And so that looks pretty good. So where the wires are touching here, I just have a nail and I'm bending, so we kind of know where those amethysts are gonna lay. And then right here, I'm gonna do another little double check. Just wanna give it just a touch more. And then I bend my longer wire to where it will go up. So this is kind of like a brio wrap. From here, I can really just take my fingers and do this, but you can use your tools. I'm gonna go 1, 2. I think I only did 2 on the other one. Yeah, so I did 2 and then cut it off towards the back. And then with this wire here, let me go ahead and pinch that little end down. This wire I'm gonna bend 90 degrees. And then I'm gonna make a simple loop because I like simple loops. I'm just gonna use my round nose plier with that. Okay. Just straighten up the loop a little bit. You wanna work on your shape, make sure it looks nice. All right, make sure it's pretty flat. Look at how cute she is. So we got the same thing going on the other earring. We can go ahead and put our ear wire on, why not? And just make sure that your cut side is towards the back. Just a little, helps a little bit with making it look professional. And there's just this little teeny piece I'm gonna tuck in there. And so now, all we gotta do is put this little guy on a head pin, make a simple loop, put that open end towards the back like we like to do. Just keep that in mind every time. And now we have a set of mirrored. I love these. I love these so much. Oh, look at those. Oh my God, look. Look how cute they are. Okay, let's take a look at these one more time. Here is our first choice. So remember, vote 1, 2, or 3 as your favorite. And so here's our first choice, of course, the Stunners. We had to knock it right out of the park, right up front. I started with these because they were stunning, but also very, very easy. Sam's bead box really gives you everything you need to make pretty jewelry without having it be too technically crazy. So there's number 1. I love those. What should we name those? I think those need a name. Like, not... I don't name my jewelry a lot, but I think those deserve a name because they're just so chunky and beautiful. So then we did a twist on a simple stacker earring by using soft flex wire and making the larger loop up top. I really like that little accent. It helps bring that crystal down farther from the ear so that you can see it a little bit more and it's not lost. And so here's our moon and stars stacker. And these are my husband's favorite, by the way. He came in and just told me. And then we did some wire work with these beautiful amethyst. So these are like our little wire work football earrings with the check glass. Beautiful backlit looking bead here. I love that color so much. And so these were like a beginner little wire working project, but I think they turned out very impactful, very stunning. So yeah, go ahead and vote. I'm eager to see which one's your favorite. Voting is fun, but it always helps me tailor the content to you. So do not feel afraid to go down there in the comments and let me know. So 1, 2, 3, let me know. I hope you guys are staying safe and well, and we will be seeing a little bit more Sam's bead box in the next week or so. So just keep that in mind. All right. Thank you guys. I hope you're staying safe and well, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.